I'm Richard Gordon, author, founder of Quantum Touch, and this is Devi, who is insisting on being in the video at the moment. I'd like to talk about a discovery and a mystery and something that I think the community can work together to make an amazing progress toward making the Quantum Touch pendant far more interesting, useful, and valuable than it already is. So, in my research and discoveries before writing the Quantum Touch Level 2 book, I had made some discoveries, and in one of the experiments that I ran, I found out that you can actually share gifts with another person. And the way this came about was that my friend Carolyn was telling me that she didn't have to study to do well in school. All she had to do was just walk in and take the test and she'd get straight A's. So I made up a technique. It wasn't a very good technique, but I just wanted to experiment. And I had her give me directly her gift of being able to have a photographic memory. And of course, when she did the technique, I didn't notice anything. But that night, as I was going to sleep, I had the most amazing experience. I was just drifting like I was about to go to sleep, and then all of a sudden, I thought about a friend that I hadn't seen in a long time. And all at once, right in front of my face, I see this person's face as clear as could possibly be, and I see the name spelled, his name, in gold letters. And it was so concise, it was such sharp visualization, it was like nothing I had seen before. Because I could read the letters forward and backward one at a time, and they didn't move at all like normal visualizations will move. So I thought it was interesting, that was kind of fun, and then I thought of it a second friend, and I saw her face right in front of me, and the name spelled in gold letters, and it happened again for a third time. I thought, wow, this is really interesting. And all of a sudden, my whole body was racked with fear. I thought, that's very strange, because that was a fun experience, and that didn't scare me at all. That was just really a pleasure. So it took me about 20 minutes to go to sleep, because I found that there was so much fear coming up inside me from that experience. So I called Carolyn the next day and said, Carolyn, when you think of friends that you hadn't seen in a while, do you suddenly see their face right in front of you with the name spelled in gold letters? And she said, oh my God, yes, I do. How would you possibly know that? And I said, do you carry a lot of fear? She said, oh, you have no idea how much fear I carry. And I said, well, actually, I do have an idea how much fear you carry. And I realized that wasn't a very good technique, because we not only got the subconscious or the ability to do the thing itself, but we also got the subconscious fears, all this stuff. So as I said before, you could dip the ladle into Einstein's genius, but you'd also get the alienation and the loneliness. And you could dip the ladle into Mozart and you'd get the genius, but you also get the immaturity. That's why I came up with the technique that I call the energy and essence technique, where when you're doing something like this, you want to tap into the energy and essence of what you want, not just the thing itself. So if I was going to share my gratitude or love or any other part of myself with the pendant, you really want to tap into the energy and essence, and that speaks to your higher consciousness, which is able to understand the difference between just your own personal way of doing it and the energy and essence of the thing itself. And Devi is definitely giving a lot of energy and essence of herself. She's such a sweetie. So, next point. In my research with The Secret Nature of Matter, and if you haven't read that book, I think it's my most mind-blowing book to date, because it really explores how you can put consciousness into physical objects, and those objects will hold the energy and intention and even have a physiological benefit with people when they experience that work. And so, like, one friend of mine had sinuses that hadn't opened up since he was a teenager, and used to get into a lot of fights. And okay, we know we're happy. And he held a pendant on both sides of his nose, and the sinuses opened up. So one of the things we did in response to that is we created what we call portals, energy portals. And these are like 7 little brass discs that look like the quantum touch pendant, but you can put them on people's bodies when you're doing sessions and amplify the energy that way. So here's the whole point of why I'm bringing all this up today, is that how are we going to make the pendants more effective, more powerful, and far more valuable than they already are? Well, one way that we can do that is by putting in the energy and essence of our special gifts, abilities, talents, and also our peak experiences. When you find yourself loving beyond all measure, or feeling the deepest gratitude where you're just crying in gratitude, or incredible love, a love so profound it's an octave deeper than anything you've ever known, and yet it's the most familiar state in the world. When you get into these places of consciousness, take your pendant, hold the pendant, and ask for the energy and essence of your gifts, skills, talents, special abilities, peak experiences, and put it into the pendant. Now, a lot of people are already doing this, but here's where I'm bringing in the community. I've made a lot of discoveries, but as I've said many times, and even in the process of becoming a quantum touch practitioner, I've made it very clear that I don't have all the answers. And in the process of being a practitioner, you write down your 5 insights of what you've discovered makes the energy work better for you. Well, we're back to that point again. We know we can put the energy and essence into an object, and I've proven that many, many times in the 50-odd experiments that I did in my Secret Nature of Matter book. That's clear. What isn't clear is a powerful, concise, and effective way. I'm going to have to do something with this cat. She is definitely making trouble here. A concise, powerful way that we can be able to extract and utilize those gifts, talents, special abilities. So I'm going to give you a few ideas that I have, but I don't know the answer to this question yet. So I'm leaving it to the community to see if we can discern answers. One idea is to write down what gift you want to receive, and probably somebody's already put it in there, but you never know. But we're going to be regularly publishing a list of special abilities, talents, gifts, and so forth in the newsletter. So watch the newsletter, and we should have an ongoing list of those qualities. So write down which one you want so you have that clarity. And then tap yourself. You can touch your nose or your ear or your head or your arm. It doesn't really matter. It's the intention that's doing the work. The intention is extremely valuable and more important than I had ever anticipated when I was writing the Quantum Touch book. The next point is you might have to really work on self-forgiveness, because we have to forgive ourselves for having believed our own limitations. And in that process, you may need to release some emotion and then open up emotionally and spiritually. What would it be like if you really did have that special gift, ability, peak experience open? Just to give you a couple ideas, I handed a pendant to an esteemed Buddhist monk who had been practicing Buddhism for almost 50 years. And he went into a meditation and he put the deepest state of inner peace into the pendant. I met a man who had been teaching Tantra for 30 years, and he was shaking and vibrating as he was putting the energy and essence of sexual ecstasy into the pendant. We have so many people who have been putting a wide array of gifts, talents, abilities, and peak experiences into the pendant. And we are not doing a good job yet of learning how to extract them. So, get to work, play with the pendant, If you don't have one, you can order one. We've got them in stock again, finally. It took a while to get us back. And by the way, when I make these pendants, what I do is I join all of them together in my mind. I run my best energy into them. I link them to all previous generations of pendants so they're all connected together. So anything you do to any one of the pendants is automatically going to happen to all of the pendants. So they're not independent, they're all connected. So anyway, that's the homework for today, and hopefully in the next weeks, months, and year, we're going to be discovering ways to extract these incredible gifts. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to experience what somebody else is actually experiencing? We know we can share our love directly with another person and have it impact their physiology. The people who have become quantum touch practitioners, virtually all of them have seen things that could only best be described as miraculous. Now it's time to take it to the next level. So I encourage all of you to explore and connect with your pendant and put something in that you want the group to experience, and ask for the energy and essence of that. Then when you're extracting it, ask for the energy and essence. All right, that's it for today. I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.